Some games ask you to react, a few games ask you to think. Iridis Alpha demanded that you do both at once while balancing on the edge of sensory overload. Released in 1986 on the Commodore 64, Jeff Minter's Iridis Alpha looked at first glance like just another side-scrolling shooter in the crowded arcades of the era. But appearances were deceptive. What Minter delivered was not a simple blaster, but a layered, kaleidoscopic puzzle disguised as a game. A shooter that wasn't content with letting you just shoot. It wanted your attention, your focus, and eventually your surrender to its rhythm. Published by Hewson Consultants, a departure from Minter's usual self-publishing through llamasoft, the game was designed to prove that shoot-em-ups could carry depth and structure rather than being purely reflex-driven spectacles. There was blasting, yes, but hidden beneath the neon frenzy was a system of rules that made Iridis Alpha feel almost alive. The game's most striking twist was its split-screen setup. Two versions of the same planet scrolled simultaneously, one at the top of the screen and one below, each with its own enemies and hazards. You piloted Gilby, half droid, half ship, in only one plane of existence at a time. Crossing between them wasn't optional, it was essential. Accomplished by threading your ship through rainbow-coloured rings left behind by destroyed enemies. Every world mirrored the other, yet entropy, the game's invisible ticking bomb, made sure you couldn't linger in one for too long. Each plane had its own entropy meter, draining whenever you were absent. Ignore one and its entropy collapsed, dragging your entire mission down with it. This mechanic forced you into a constant dance between dimensions, never fully safe, never fully settled. It was a cruel but brilliant idea, a shooter that punished stillness and demanded movement not just across the screen, but across realities. Gilby wasn't just another ship, it carried energy that could only be dumped safely by landing on the surface of planets. Failed to do this regularly and the ship overloaded, erupting in a blaze of failure. Combat wasn't simply about dodging and firing, it was about balancing energy intake, monitoring entropy across two dimensions, and making timely pit stops before your own momentum killed you. This constant juggling act set Iridis Alpha apart. Where most shooters relied on a mix of pattern memorization and twitch reflexes, Minter layered in resource management and rhythm. At its best, the game pulled you into a trance state, blasting, switching dimensions, releasing energy, resetting entropy, until your actions became instinctive, almost meditative. Of course, this wouldn't be a Jeff Minter game without eccentric enemy design. Among the most notorious were the Lickers, creatures that latched onto Gilby and sapped its strength. Visually, Iridis Alpha was unmistakably Minter. Imagine a lava lamp fused with a slot machine running at double speed. The screen teemed with neon rings, pulsing planets, and strobing stars. Each element contributing to the impression that the game was not just challenging your reflexes but trying to rewire your brain. The soundscape fit this aesthetic perfectly. Burst of noise, rising tones, bleeps, and the oddly satisfying whoomp of destruction combined into an audio backdrop that felt more like an alien signal than a soundtrack. Strange? Absolutely, but also fitting. An auditory reminder that you were playing something far removed from ordinary space shooters. Minter couldn't resist planting oddities within Iridis Alpha. Press F1 during play and you'd unlock the Myth minigame, made in France. A curious diversion conceived on a skiing holiday. Here you guided a rainbow beam of light towards a target using mirror controls, racing against time. Dig further and you'd stumble into the DNA demo, an entirely non-playable experiment that displayed two eyeball sprout helices twisting hypnotically against electronic sounds. Pointless to some, but to those who got it, these Easter eggs embodied Minter's ethos. Playful, unexpected, and a little surreal. Though not required to enjoy the game, the manual spun an elaborate backstory. Iridis Alpha existed in overlapping realities, guarded by automated defences left behind by an ascended alien race. Humanity's answer was Gilby, the ship with a brain, tasked with balancing destruction and energy harvesting to survive the Iridian labyrinth. For many of us, that lore added a welcome layer of meaning to what might otherwise feel like a swirling psychedelic odyssey. Suddenly, the madness had context. Iridis Alpha was divisive. Some dismissed it as too complex, too unforgiving, or simply too strange. Others, though, fell into its rhythm and found themselves hooked on its layered mechanics and sensory overload. It wasn't easy, it wasn't always fair, but it offered something more rewarding than most shooters of its era: a system to master, a floor to enter, and a universe to survive. Jeff Minter didn't just build another blaster, he built a multiverse of rules, risks and rhythm, a place where entropy itself was the final boss. Get it fired up on your Commodore 64 and see how long you can keep the two worlds alive. Just don't be surprised if, after a while, you start seeing rainbow rings every time you close your eyes. Big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to share your experiences with Iridis Alpha in the comments section. As always, your continued support is massively appreciated, so hit that subscribe for more content just like this. Check out the various playlists on the channel for more Commodore Amiga or Commodore 64 titles, and maybe stick around, as there's another one coming up right now. Hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, bye for now.